Okay, here's the show we didn't want to do, but we got to do it. Welcome in. If you're leaving the ballpark, phone lines are open. If you're driving around and you listen to the game on 97.1, we thank you. Phone lines are open. Or if you just have a pulse in your body and you want to talk Tigers, phone lines are open. Cleveland comes to town. I told you they needed a sweep to get anyone's attention. They did exactly that. And honestly, this team can't play worse. Rico, I'll lay it out. I hope it doesn't come across as lazy. I just think it's the only relevant question. What's your panic level? Scale of 1 to 10. And if you're not panicked, you just have to answer. And remember, while you still have an over 90% chance to make the playoffs, no one is arguing that. And while you still have a 90% chance to win the division, you now have a less than 50% chance, according to Fangraphs, of holding on to the bye. You're at 48%. That's critical. It's critical to get rest. It's critical to set your rotation. It's critical to just not have to play in a wacky 3-game series. So that is where concern would lie. Rico, just go ahead, man. Let's just dive in. 248-539-9797. I do have one thing I want to say when you're done. Go ahead.
Concern level is high, Mike. It's extremely high because Scuba was supposed to be the guy who stopped the bleeding, the Band-Aid, the get-right person. This was the game where you would take a deep breath. Okay, we've now got the lead back, and we'll go ahead and cruise in. He went out there. He pitched well. He didn't get the run support, and now you're sitting there looking because it's a bad look. Like I said, I'm at a 10 because the Cleveland Indians, the Guardians are playing playoff baseball right now. The Tigers are trying to get themselves into that playoff mode. I think that they've been kind of in cruise control, and now they see the sense of urgency is there because you're seeing the Guardians making the big play when they needed to, scoring all the runs when they need to. And here's the thing. Now you get ready to take on a team that's riding a 5-game winning streak in the Atlanta Braves, who all of a sudden decided they wanted to play baseball again. So it's
if the Braves had left-handed pitching, you'd be dead because apparently Riley Green just shouldn't play against lefties, and Carp doesn't. So yeah. I got nothing for you.
Yeah, I mean this is wow. This weekend series will say a lot about this team. Yes, percentages say that they should make but I don't think that they're going to get the bye. And
well, then your panic should be 10.
I said it's a 10.
Oh, yeah, no, mine's a 10. I'm with you, brother. The bye. Look, here's the thing, Rico. Since the All-Star break, you've played 56 baseball games. Do you know what your record is in those games?
What's that?
26-30. What you did in April and May does not matter. And the way they're playing now, look, let me just make this one. I got to say this because while I wasn't listening to the game, I was watching it. Look, I'm not trying to be nasty, but I'm just going to say something like I don't know Andy Dirks, nor do I want to. But he unleashed a take in the 9th inning of that game, and I'm sorry. As a baseball fan, I'm insulted. Oh, well, Jason, look at the bright side. These last 9 games are now sure going to be exciting. What fan left the ballpark with that take? What person listening on 97.1 or watching left their television or radio with, oh, hey, Martha, yeah, guess what? Tigers just got broomed out, but hey, going to be an exciting last 9. Mm-hmm. Exactly no one.
Right.
That's shameful. If that's what you're thinking, keep it to yourself. But come on, man. You just got swept out of town. I don't need that. I don't think any fan needs that. Again, I'm not trying to be nasty, but good grief.
No, I'm with you. I think most Tiger fans had moved over and said, okay, we're going to be in the playoffs. Let's focus a little bit on the Lions. And then after the Monday night game, we'll pick up the Tiger team and we'll know exactly where we are in the playoffs. Well, newsflash, you better pay attention to this team because, hey, these last 9 games, Mike.
Yeah, here you go. To win the division, 91%. To clinch the bye, a top 2 seed, 48.1. Make the playoffs is irrelevant. It's 96.6. We can revisit that type of panic. As Rico, you just so astutely said, if this weekend doesn't go their way, we're going to have a whole different conversation Monday. But I'm not going to future cast panic. My panic level is in a weird spot. If it's in relation to clinching the bye and having their best chance to make an organized and impactful run in the playoffs, that's a 10. The panic otherwise about just get in with a chip in a chair, no, it's like a 2. Because I don't think Cleveland can keep doing this. This is their brand of voodoo, where basically they don't allow any runs. That's just not sustainable. Now, against you it is, because this lineup's a train wreck. I mean, whether it's Wenzel Perez, who's like 5 for his last 50, or, look, Riley Green had some quality at-bats. They just resulted in nothing, but he's not any good right now. You don't play Carey against lefties. It was awesome to see him last night get an at-bat against a lefty and hit a double. But the rest of this lineup, like, yeah, this is the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is what teams are going to do to you. So I'm a 10 as it would relate to, hey, are they going to have their best chance to get rest, get healthy, and organize the rotation? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah. See,
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm at a 10 because this, I think, is today was every Tigers fan worst nightmare as far as going far. Yes, you'll make the playoffs, but it's what you do in the playoffs. What happens if you go out there in game 1 and Skubal does what he did today and only allow 1 run and you still walk away with a loss knowing that was your best chance for a victory?
Yeah.
Now what do? What's plan
B? Cleveland had a game plan. They waited Skubal out.
Yes.
A lot of their damage. And when I say damage, I just mean affecting the pitch count. You know, if you have a 7-pitch at bat and you hit a bleeder for a single, the damage is the cumulative to the pitcher and the pitch count. He had a 20-plus pitch inning and a 30-plus pitch inning. You knew in the 4th inning, Skubal wasn't getting to the 7th and probably would struggle to get to the 6th. Now, again, that's more playoff-like in that teams will value their at-bats more. I don't know, man. Like I said, if you want to call up and say you're not panicked, that has to be related to making playoffs. And I'm with you. But as far as you were 25 games over, you were 15 games up, the thought of not having a bye in the opening round of the playoffs, it was a 0 for me, provided they won a game here. Getting broomed out. And by the way, Rico, and you know this, Guardians didn't have their complement of bullpen arms.
No.
I mean, Cade Smith wasn't available today. They had to throw Herron out there again. It's just, I think at that level, no, I'm gravely concerned because they're not now and haven't been a very good baseball team in quite some time. Mm-hmm. Playoffs are weird. I can try to remain positive and go, look, yeah, just get in and maybe the light switch goes on, but I'm grasping at straws a little bit here because, Rico, they don't make the smart play right now. They're making a lot of mental errors. They're not playing crisp baseball. And when push comes to shove, like you look at this series, Steven Kwan, who's a star, won the Guardians a game. J-Ram, who's a superstar, won the Guards a game. You don't have those people. You can convince yourself of Riley Green, who's had a very nice year. I hesitate to call him a superstar. And what? Carey, who only plays part-time. Like, you see it sometimes that you just need the dude. Mm-hmm. You know, last year, everybody was playing tummy sticks. Oh, my God, Ibanez won us a series. That is shadows and dust. Yeah. Doesn't happen. You can't lean on the Andy Ibanez's of the world.
Yeah, so, you need that everyday dude in the everyday lineup to do something because, yeah, your pitcher went out there, did. And, Mike, I think you put it best. The Guardians just waited knowing Skubal's not going to go 9. Keep this thing close. Let's get to the bullpen, and then we'll do our damage.
248-539-9797. Didn't want to do it. All they need to do is win a game this series. If they did it, we're not doing the show. But they didn't. The lead's 3.5. And, yeah, this weekend, I mean, anything other than 2 out of 3 against the Braves. Guys, it's to a point now you gotta try to hold on to this bye. Forget about the division right now. I'm not going to get that. Like, hey, if you enter Monday and this leads at 1.5, we're going to have a different conversation. Mm-hmm. But as Rico likes to yell at me about Michigan State, I want to stick to the principles. I'm not going to future cast it.
That's personal growth.
I'm trying. And because again, Rico, like I can't demand people be panicked. They are going to make the playoffs. But the best chance to win it and all the work that went in and the position you would put yourself in, no, I have some real doubts about their ability to get that done right now.
Yeah, as you should, Mike, because once it's almost as if playing the 500 baseball is starting to catch up to them, because they're now trying to get back to where they were at the beginning of the season, where they were knocking the cover off the ball, where they were making the right plays, where they were doing the right things. Now it's okay. They're like stuck in this malaise, and it's like, guys, you need to wake the F up. Like, the playoffs are almost here, and we're still
How much
playing
of this
the same
in your
way.
mind? Hold on, I want to ask you a question, and I don't want people to misconstrue this. It's not an insult, it's a question. Rico, Occam's razor. How much of this is they're just not that good? That collectively, they're better together, and when it was all rolling, it was kind of voodoo. They were never a 25 games over team. When you break it down individually, who on this team starts for the Dodgers? Who on this team starts for these really good baseball? Like,
Who's
that's
starting for the Phillies? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that when it comes down to it, eventually Zach McKinstry is Zach McKinstry. That's not an insult. He's a major league player. He's in the 0.01% at his craft on the globe. But within Major League Baseball, he's a bottom percentile player. That's not a real all-star. That's not a guy I want in a seminal moment of my season. Not an insult. It's reality. It's like saying that Rico is a good singer in the shower. He's not Diana Ross. It's not an insult. It's just reality.
I think you put it so bluntly, but I think you're correct that maybe they're just not that team. And it's the thing that we've been saying all year long, but they kept winning, so we had to push it to the side. But yeah, man, rubber's meeting the road, and you're seeing that. Yeah, they're just not that team. They're
this
not that
weekend.
guy.
This weekend would take on an actual panic if it doesn't go well, and the guards keep doing their thing. We'll have a different convo Monday. I'm not panicked about playoffs, but I am about a 7 out of 10 panic that they're going to spit the bit and not hold on to the bye. That's where I'm at. I'd love to hear from you guys. Apparently, we've got a bunch of people ready to talk. We're here for it. Yeah, we're going to have a therapy session because they lost the Scooble start in a must-win game that could have really ended it. And, yeah, they didn't want it. 248-539-9797. We'll get to you guys and your thoughts next. 97.1.